Hello everyone, this is Dr. Manpreet Khurana. Today we'll be taking a very basic topic, which is basic circulation of the heart. This topic is important if we want to understand anything related to the heart, like cardiac cycle. So after this topic, we'll be discussing about the cardiac cycle. Okay. So in this topic, we are discussing that how the four chambers of the heart they look like and how the systemic and the pulmonary circulation is taking place. So what happens that the blood from the entire body, which is deoxygenated blood is always shown as a blue colored blood because the oxygen is taken out, and this reddish colored blood is oxygenated blood. That is, oxygen is there in the blood. Now every cell of the body needs oxygen. So what happens is when the oxygenated blood is pumped to the entire body, all the cells, they take out oxygen, right? And once oxygen is taken out of the blood which is devoid of oxygen or deoxygenated blood comes back to the heart. Now the heart has four chambers: right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. Now what happens? The deoxygenated or the impure blood comes to the right atrium. So this is the right atrium. So what happens is there are two vena cava, that is superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior means bringing blood from the head and the upper extremity, and inferior vena cava bringing deoxygenated blood from the trunk and lower extremities. Now what happens? This deoxygenated blood goes to the right atrium. From the right atrium, through this tricuspid valve, the impure blood goes to the right ventricle. Now from the right ventricle, this impure blood is pumped to the lungs. Now the artery which is taking this blood to the lungs is called as the pulmonary artery. Now we know that all the arteries carry oxygenated blood or pure blood, right? But pulmonary artery is one of the examples. There are other examples too, which we will discuss later on. This is one of the example where an artery is carrying impure blood or deoxygenated blood. Now the pulmonary artery takes this blood to the lungs. Now what happens? We are breathing in oxygen through the nose, which is going to the lungs. From the lungs, the oxygen is given back into the blood and the blood becomes oxygenated. Now what happens? This oxygenated blood through the pulmonary vein goes into the left atrium. So this is the left atrium, right? From the left atrium, the blood goes into the left ventricle through the mitral valve. Now from the left ventricle, the blood is pumped to the entire body via aorta. Now what happens that there is a valve which is located between the left ventricle and the aorta. This valve is called as the aortic valve. In the cardiac cycle, we will understand that how these valves are opening, how they are closing, and how the circulation is taking place, and what is cardiac cycle, right? So this is the basic anatomy of the heart, that how the blood is pumped. Now from this aorta, the blood is pumped to the upper head and upper extremity, as well as to the trunk and lower extremity. And again, the cycle is repeated. The blood goes to the entire body, the oxygen is taken out of the blood, then the deoxygenated blood comes back again to the right atrium, from the right atrium to the right ventricle, from the right ventricle to the lungs through pulmonary artery. From the lungs, the oxygenated blood comes through the pulmonary vein to the left atria, from left atria to the left ventricle, from the left ventricle via the aorta to the entire body. Thank you and have a nice day.